What is up, my YouTube family? We're back again with another one. Look, who does not want to talk about UFOs? I do. I'm in. I'm game. Church has got a story for us. Let's continue. Without further ado, guys, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe to the channel is highly appreciated. Without further ado, guys, church it is. Let's get it.
Microphone check 1 2. The other day, somebody asked me, "Have you ever seen a UFO before? I notice you draw pictures of aliens all the time." The answer is yes. I have seen a UFO. I seen a UFO that was shaped just like the one the whole world knows about now, before the whole world knew. So you know the famous TicTac video we all seen on Joe Rogan, where the guy from the Air Force is explaining this little fella. Anybody who's into UFOs or is a frequent Joe Rogan.
Now, all we know is UFOs could be, kind of looked at as kind of like some people looks at it as spiritual, some people looks at it like UFOs don't exist. Some people actually looks up in the sky over Mexico and other places for UFOs. Some people that's their hobby, that's their job. My opinion, I do believe in UFOs 100%, just like I believe in Bigfoot and which other things may be out there. We have not searched this world with a fine-tooth comb to actually say what is out here. There's still scientists that does not know what's in the bottom of the ocean. Plain and simple. Without further ado, let's continue.
Rogan watcher has seen that UFO before. So this was like 2014, 2015, literally right before I actually got popular. So it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Me and the girl I was with at the time are riding down Highway 12 in my blue
Ooh, that's a touchy one, church. That's a touchy one. Watch what you say about that other girl that he was with that one time. Now just playing. Let's continue.
Tahoe. And we're just cruising, listening to the radio. And I look up. And when I look up in the sky, we both see it. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, is that an airplane? She's like, I don't think so. I was like, well, maybe it's like a drone or something. It's too big to be a drone. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna pull over. So I pulled over. We pulled over into Vantage Point Apartments on Highway 12. And I pull up. It's still sitting there hovering like over this fucking hilltop. We whip it up into the parking lot real quick. And I get out and I'm just looking. And it's just sitting there, not making no noise. I mean, as big as it looked, it was far away, but it was like ginormous. Like if it was that far away and that big in my vision, that thing had to be huge as fuck, right? And I was like, what am I doing? I gotta get a picture of this thing. So I reach into the Tahoe, I grab my phone, I take a picture of it. I take a couple pictures of it. And after I take the picture, I look down at the phone. I'm like, holy shit, I got it on camera. And I look up and it's gone, bro. It's gone. So one, if you think I got this picture from anywhere else, please have that.
Before he shows the picture, I want to share a story real quick about myself. One time, me and my wife at the time was actually down at at Richmond, Missouri. Actually, we was down at a place called Richmond Lake, I think it was. Anyways, this has been a long time ago, guys. This has been like upwards of probably 12 years ago. But anyways, we was down there. We was actually it was 4th of July. We was going out. We was actually going to look for fireworks. We went out and we actually parked over by the lake. We started watching stuff. Well, as we pulled up, we thought, well, there's people shooting off fireworks. There was fireworks going off, so we pulled up and we started watching it. Like one or two went off, and then it stopped. So we was thinking, okay, well, they're shooting off fireworks that over beside us, basically. So we go on down this gravel road and we park at the other place, and fireworks is going off there. So we get out and we're like, hey, we're gonna get a little closer. So we go down to the lake and we actually sit down by the lake and we're watching these fireworks go off. Sure enough, as soon as we get down there, we sat down, these fireworks stop. And we was like, what just happened? Well, anyways, we get back in, get back in the car, drive down the road, and the Roman candle things actually looked like it blew up on the ground. When it blew up on the ground, we was like, somebody's hurt, like really bad. So I grab a flashlight and I run down there and I shine a flashlight and there's nobody there. Nothing whatsoever. So we go back the next day. There's no burn marks. There's no fireworks nowhere. There's nothing. And we was not on no drugs, no nothing. I know everybody says that, but we was not. That is a true story. It's not UFO story, but it is, well, a ghost story, I guess, because Me and UFO story. We was me and my older brother was out in Colorado. Look, we was out like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we was outside there, and all of a sudden we seen something go up in the air. And we know Colorado, has the Air Force base there, so or NASA as well. So we was like, okay, well maybe it was that. Well, next thing you know, there's a string of lights, probably like 5 to 6 back-to-back lights going over Denver. It was probably 20 foot, 30 foot long. Still don't know what that was today, but that's one of my stories to share. Let's continue.
At it. Go try to find this photo anywhere else. You're not going to find it. Two, if you think this is made by me or a fake photo, go get a professional to look at this photo. Because guess what? Any professional in the world is going to tell you this photo is not fake. So here's the photo as I took it. The next photo I'll show you is the one zoomed in, but check this out. Now let's zoom in a little farther.
And as you know, whenever you see something like this, your mind's not telling you to take a picture of it. You're just like, what is this? And then usually someone else is like, hey, grab the camera because they're not in it as much. So they're like, grab the camera and film this. That's usually how it happens. That's what out of my experience, that's what happened to me. Was I wasn't the one that grabbed the camera, someone else was. But let's continue.
Now let's zoom in a little farther. Hell, why not a little further? Now let's put the one I caught on camera and the one the Air Force caught on camera beside each other.
That looks pretty identical to me. I know the TicTac video he's talking about. I actually have seen that one. I actually seen it on a show on TV, actually. Anyways, I've seen that one, and it looks just like it, basically. But, there is conspiracy theory out there that's going to say that's not a real video. Church knows that, or a real picture. Church knows that. Just like the stories I shared, I'm sure there's going to people say something about, well, was sure you wasn't on drugs? Yes, I'm sure I wasn't on drugs. Let's continue.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. How did seeing it make me feel? Well, I was kind of freaked out that it just let me take a picture of it. Because on some real shit, like sitting there looking at it was like a, oh, whoa feeling. The only way I can explain what you feel like when you see something like that, whatever that is you don't understand the physics of it. We grow up throwing baseballs, right? So, like, what the motion of throwing a baseball is. So you can throw a baseball 10,000.
Church always has to put a statement point on what he's saying. Church is the type to show you with his hands, not with speech, if that makes sense to you. In school, whenever we would draw and stuff or we'd write and stuff, some people's better off, reading it himself, or there's other people that wants to read it for you, or, other people that just can't read that well that has to have it read for them because they comprehend it better. Church is that type of person that's a leader, not a follower. You could tell in this video, you could tell in his videos he makes, he's a leader, not a follower. Let's continue.
Different ways, you still identify it as someone throwing a baseball because it's just a regular movement, right? Same thing with a plane. When you see a plane, that's a plane. It's moving like a plane. When you see something like this, it's like your brain kind of shits itself. It's like it doesn't understand what is going on. Because even if a plane is super far away, one, it's in motion. Two, it's still making that noise. Yeah, this fucking thing wasn't making any noise. It wasn't moving, fam. It wasn't budging at all. It was long enough for me to take a picture. So yeah, you can criticize the picture all you want in the comments. I don't know what to tell you. I've never seen an illuminated fucking glowing disc just hovering at night, so there's nothing fake about this story. There's nothing fake about the photo. That's all I could say. If you want to hear about the second time I seen a UFO, which was last month with Kansas Rebel Man in the middle of a big fucking national park, by the way, I'll tell that story. Hell, I'll tell it with him. But yeah, this is the photo of the TicTac. before anyone knew about the TicTac.
Well, guys, that is my reaction to Upchurch. Look, UFOs is one thing. A lot of people doesn't understand the physics of UFOs. A lot of people, whenever they see it, they say you have people out there that has been abducted, so they say, and I'm not going to say they're wrong for it. I'm not going to say they're liars because there's a lot of stuff out there we don't know about, plain and simple. I'm not the one to judge, plain and simple. I've seen stuff that I cannot explain, and I shared that with you. Without further ado, guys, love yourself, like yourself, be nothing but yourself. Like, subscribe to the channel is heartily appreciated. Thank you, guys. Your boy Deuces is out. And thanks, Church, for sharing your story. Thanks.